being just loyal and wonderful.
Believe in you.
So this is a case in which I represented two passengers in a vehicle,
Right.
and the vehicle was driving in Queens and hit an open manhole. There was, you know, those in the street, those big circle,
right?
It's an open manhole, and the car, boom, boom, you know, hits real hard and stops, you know, within a couple of feet.
Wow.
And you know when you're driving down the road and once in a while you hit those potholes and it feels like your whole body's going to explode and your car sounds like it's going to explode. Well, can you imagine hoping a big manhole manhole? So certainly a violent incident. And the call comes in to me years ago, and the first thing I said is that I hope that the vehicle that they were in, who was insured by Geico, had enough coverage, because I don't see how we're going to be able to get anything against the city. As we always say, when you sue the city of New York for a defect in the street or a defect on the sidewalk, you have to have what is known as prior written notice. Basically, you have to be able to prove that the city of New York not just knew about an issue, but had actually in writing from somebody, this is a manhole that keeps coming loose. The cover keeps coming loose. So we file a claim against the city of New York, just to be careful, in a very similar way to that Freeport case. We had a car accident, and we figured, you know what, the injuries are so bad, let's at least file against the city and see what happens. We get a copy through a subpoena of all the records that the Department of Transportation and the Department of Environmental Protection, DEP, they run the sewers in the city, had for that intersection. And believe it or not, DJ Roy, for about a year before this accident, people were complaining that the manhole cover, whenever it rained, would come loose and come off of the big hole. In fact, about a month before this accident, a police officer even wrote a report that another car had hit, the tire had gone into that hole. So we were able to prove that the city absolutely knew about the defect. Their excuse was, well, we kept putting the cover back on, so we fixed it. Obviously, that was not a fix. It needed to be either sealed, or what they eventually wound up doing is they instead of making a circle manhole, what they did is they made it a square, but it had almost like a grating to it. So when the water flowed up, it wouldn't push the manhole cover off. It would just flow through the grate. You with me?
Gotcha.
All right. So we moved for what's called summary judgment. Basically, we made a special application to the court about a year and a half ago saying, you know, we should knock out the accident portion of this case, Judge. The city knew about the problem, didn't fix it, and it caused the accident. And the judge agreed with us. So really the only issue was the issue of damages, the issue of injuries. And it really wasn't until this time in which we were able to find liability against the city that the city woke up on this case. They didn't attend any of the depositions. In fact, they didn't even send the plaintiffs. I had two plaintiffs to their own doctors. They really, for whatever reason, I guess, thought that they had no involvement in this case until we actually wound up beating them. Make a long story short, we were getting ready to pick a jury yesterday in Queens, New York, and the city of New York made a settlement offer that we really couldn't refuse. And the answer to that question, where you're about to ask, is I'm sure, how much was it? Are you going to ask that? Or are you going to ask how much, DJ Roy?
You know what? I'm so happy already. I don't even know the figure. I'm like happy for this guy, and I don't even know the figure.
Right. So
how much?
For one of the passengers who had a shoulder injury, I got him $147,500. Doesn't stop there, though, because his mother, who was in the car, who had a bad neck and a bad back injury, who actually had a neck and a back injury before this accident in another case, I got her $1,550,000.
Fire! Fire! One what?
$1,550,000. So combined, just under $1.7 million. Can you believe it?
Wow.
Yeah, unbelievable, unbelievable. It was very emotional in court yesterday because,
wow,
this has been going on for quite some time. I remember at first kind of advising them that they may not get much at all. The Geico money was only $50,000. So the fact that we were able to get the city to pony up such big bucks was a huge accomplishment, and certainly just another case that I'm proud of, and I'm proud of the team's work that we did. And this is life-changing for them, absolutely life-changing.
Adam, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, a lot of attorneys would have just turned this case down and say, you know what, you just don't go up against the city, and this case is just a hard case. It was a hard case, yeah. A lot of attorneys would just say, you know what, let's see what we can get out of your insurance, because you always told us about when you're injured, your insurance will cover you and take care of your medical bills. I think that's what I learned from you over the years.
The no-fault insurance.
No-fault insurance. So most attorneys would have gone that route and left it there. I gotta say hats off to you and your team, man, because gosh.
That's a big boy number, huh?
Oh my God, I'm lost for words, and that's hard for me to be lost for words. Amazing.
And these are wonderful, wonderful people, wonderful family. In fact, I remember when I left my prior firm, I was down in Florida that weekend. This is about 3 years ago, and I had called them saying, "Listen, I've cut ties with my old firm. You have the right to stay. You have the right to come with me." And their response was not only, "Yes, we'll come with you," but they asked me if I needed them to come down to Florida to sign the papers. I said, no. It can wait until I get back to New York. They are an amazing family. I'm part of the family. They feel like part of my family, and I really couldn't be happier for these people. In fact, they told me, and I hope that they follow through on this. They would like to maybe come into the studio. Maybe one day when I'm in Queens, I can come into the studio and we can do a whole live in-studio breakdown of the case and how they felt the case went. Maybe that would be something that you guys would help us do.
Oh, definitely. I definitely would love to have them in the studio. And this is just, really what you guys do. I mean, you've helped so many people that thought they had no chance. I remember the guys that came over with the church that got injured and had to go back home and thought they had no case, and they were back home in Jamaica, and you wrapped that case up for them, and life-changing money for them back home in Jamaica. There's so many. You got so many stories like this, and that's why I told people.
What about early in the week? That when I told you about that dog bite case in Rockland County, $95,000. So it's been a busy week for us here.
Wow.
And Matthew Goodstein in my office, he settled a big case the other day for $92,500. Mm-hmm. So, we're for this week alone, we're well over $2 million for case handler clients. Can you believe it?
I think you're going to top last year's record, and you topped the year before with last year. So you're well on track, my friend. Again, people, if you're listening to the program, I always say, jot the number down. You never know when you're going to need a personal injury attorney, and you never know when you're going to get into an accident. And hiring the baddest, which is good, the baddest attorney in our neck of the woods. His name is Adam Handler. He's helped so many people that thought there was no chance, thought there was no hope. So many people that really and truly have gotten life-changing money for their injuries. And some of them have life-changing injuries, so they deserve life-changing money.
Don't get me wrong. The city of New York doesn't just pony up $1.7 million if you're not injured. These people, the son had a shoulder surgery, mom had a neck surgery. They went through a lot, but I really do believe that they are receiving fair compensation. Beyond that, they're receiving excellent compensation for their injuries, and I'm just really proud to have been a part of that.
Well, let me make sure they have your number, Adam. The number is 844-774-3529, 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Take your phones out, 844-774-3529. Like Adam says, you get one chance to get it right, so you want somebody who's going to fight for your right and get it right the first time. There's no do-overs. There's no let me go back to the drawing board. I've got friends that have been injured and have gotten peanuts for their injuries, And, you know, I give them Adam's number anyway, but I already know the story. You've settled whatever you settle for. You can't reopen that case. So,
Never.
So please jot the number down, 844-774-3529. Save it where you save your important numbers, and just in case you're in an accident, or have a friend or a family member that's in an accident, or if you just want some advice of what to do, then give Adam a call. He's going to be really honest with you. He's going to tell you if you have a case. He's going to tell you if it's a tough one. He's going to tell you if it's an impossible one. But you made some impossible ones possible, Adam.
Yeah. Listen, we're still waiting for that decision on that ICE case.
Yeah.
You know, for those who are new to the show, I was on trial several weeks ago in federal court against Immigration Customs Enforcement on behalf of a family of a detainee that received inadequate medical care. We got a big settlement from the medical facility in the jail, but now we went up against the federal government for a deprivation of rights case, and we're still waiting for the judge to make a decision on that. Fingers crossed. Obviously, we'll let you know, win, lose, or draw, what happens there, but we took it to the government and made sure that somebody out there was aware that you know, what happened was absolutely atrocious. It's just a matter of being able to blame ICE for the inadequate medical care of the jail. But listen, we're doing good things here. We don't care who you are, where you're from, what your immigration status is, whether you're from Mexico or the moon. If you're injured in New York, you're absolutely entitled to money under the law, and we'll help get you the most possible money for your injury.
All right. Now, here's the number again. The number is 844-774-3529. 844-774-3529. And before I even play the theme.
Right now, DJ Roy, run things by Ira John.
Pardon?
I want to remind everybody also to check me out on Facebook or Instagram, Case Handler. That way you'll be connected to us. You'll see all the posts we do every Tuesday. We call it Testimonial Tuesday. True life success stories, real money for real injuries for real people. So it's a great way to stay connected to my practice and what we do here at Pollack, Isaac, DeCicco. So please, if you can, safely do that. Check me out on Facebook or Instagram.
And, of course, he's live on Irie Jam 362 now, so make sure you check him out.
Fire!
Yeah. If you are injured, don't know what to do, then just call this number, 844-774-3529. What was that figure again, Adam?
1.695.
Wow. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Adam, again, congratulations to you and your staff. Keep doing what you're doing, my friend.
Thank you so much for getting the word out and for all your support. We really appreciate it here.
Not a problem. I only roll with the best.
The proceeding was for informational use only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior results do not guarantee similar outcomes. To make an appointment with Adam Handler of Pollack, Isaac, and DeCicco, call 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Don't wait. Call now. 844-774-3529.
That's right. Don't wait. Make that call right now. The baddest attorney in our neck of the woods. His name is Adam Handler, the case handler. You call him, you save the number, and let him go to work for you today. With that said, it's time for me to pack up and get out of here. Mr. Conrad Allison is already in the building. He's going to take you up until noon. Jabba and the rest of the team rolls in right here live at 4 o'clock, and you can catch Adam Handler with them. As always, you be safe out there in the rain. You know me. Love